Welcome back, everybody, to MyHackathon 2020. We've just had a wonderful speech by YB Khairy, and now YB Khairy, aka Chief, will be getting the opportunity to meet all the 18 winners of the marathon category. But before I go there, I would like to welcome on our screens our Deputy Minister of MOSTI, Yang Berhormat Encik Haji Ahmad Amzad bin Muhammad Hashim. Welcome, YB. And then also like to welcome our Cradle Group Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Rafiza Ghazali. Welcome, Rafiza. So let's get things going. So as Chief mentioned earlier, thank you so much, Chief, for mentioning some of the teams in your speech earlier, but I'm just going to introduce the teams one by one very quickly. And teams, don't forget, please put your hand up and give Chief and everybody a big whopping smile, and also everybody watching here today. So in no particular order, my OKU, who won the Kuala Lumpur leg, Rashidi, Sunny, Sufi, and Dia. Put your hand up. Yeah, come on, two hands. Yeah, that's right. It's all about speeding up the process when dealing with OKU applications. And then we have Verkle Trusted Aid, also from the Kuala Lumpur leg, Kokula, Alia, and Sarah. Are you there? Yep. Rights Management and Blockchain Integration, also from the Kuala Lumpur leg, My ID, Jenna, Farm, Nicholas, Gavin, and Nabila, a cradle-to-grave solution designed to accelerate the implementation of a nationwide government identity platform. And then we've got Ana AP for won the Kuala Terengganu leg. Are you there? Yep. All right. AK Grace, Rom, Gaul, and Wenning, an app that stores vaccination data. Buku Pink, Nizam, Sharifa, and Daniel. Yes, there we go. Two hands smiling right there. The ultimate solution for medical record keeping. From the Johor leg, Iskandar, Rosimi, and Alas, two-man show. Okay. Using augmented reality to help the OKU community. Also from Johor, Ana to You Classroom Johor, Muzaffar, Anik, Arif, and Sakwan, Classroom Learning and Management System. That's right. Cinta, there's always someone who is in love with their work, of course. So Cinta, also from the Johor leg. Khairul, Akmal, Suhaimi, continuous improvement in teaching applications. Well done. And then the team with a funky name, Urban Farming with Zoosh, all the way from Kuching, Sharizal, Farizul, and Rashdan, using data to propose solutions to identify gap towards Malaysian food sovereignty. And then we got Mira from Kuching also, Yati, Anis, Ikram, Wahid, and Hidayah, Malaysia Infrastructure Reporting and Assessment. And then we have Road Plus, as Chief mentioned in his speech there earlier. KC, Yanlong, Marcus, Kushairi aim to provide automated road inspection solutions, no more potholes. So, and then we've got MyTech Farming, or MyTech Farm, shall I say, from Kuching, Kenzo, Philip, Shu, Hua, Yao, Chong, and Urban Farming. Are you there? Yes, you are. Thank you so much. Boss Boleh, dari Penang. That's a great name. Billy, Daphne, and Angie. Boss Boleh is a platform that benefits company secretaries, entrepreneurs, and agency investors. And then Mark Metro from Penang. Mark Metro, yep, thank you. Okay, Dr. Khairul, Haida, Arjun, and Anita, DIY projects, but all about safety as well. ARMS from Penang, Rizal, Mim, Shaiza, Ame, Shake, customer relationship management. Just a few more groups to go. Agridata from the land below the wind, Kota Kinabalu. That's right, Matthew, Junkai, Natasha, Nazri, and Marissa, digitalizing agricultural supply chain, with a big smile on your face right there, Matthew. And then Sek E Lanchak from Kota Kinabalu, KK, and Hijazi, skills training platform for HRDF. And last but not least, from Kota Kinabalu as well, Core Halal, Liza, Hidayah, Nina, Mazri, Drive Efficiency across all halal industry operations. Give YB and the whole crowd today, everybody, a big wave and a big clap. Come on, that's right. Energy, switch your mics off. We want to hear that, but I can hear your claps anyway without your mic. So, Chief, I know you are dying to ask some of the group's questions. Please, take it away.
Congratulations, everybody, and thanks for joining the hackathon finale today. Great to see you again. Great to see all the solutions. Excited to see where this is going to go. But first, let me just throw a question out there. You can raise your hand and answer. Ben will try his best to moderate this. It's going to be interesting. But how did you all find the hackathon? Is it something that is worth continuing? Where do you see this going? And do you see this going anywhere?
Hi, good afternoon, YB. Yeah, I think my experience through MyHackathon, it was fantastic. It was done very well, especially Ben. He moderated everything very nicely. And I think it's a very good initiative by the government. And we want to thank you from AgriData. Thank you so much, because I think it gives us citizens, us Malaysian, to participate in a solution for the whole of Malaysia. Thank
Thanks,
you, YB.
Matthew.
Okay, anybody else?
They have their hands up,
who's that
the
there?
digital virtual hands.
Rashidi, I saw Rashidi's hand. Sorry, don't hate me, yeah, because as soon as I see a hand go up like school, I'm going to pick on that hand.
Assalamualaikum, YB.
Salam.
First, it's a great honor to be talking to you. So to answer your question, I think my hackathon should be continued in the future, primarily because I think the government also needs help, right? From the people like us, who are innovators, who have ideas about how to help the government. I think this is a great channel to do that. Yeah. Thank you, YB.
Okay, and then sorry, I'm gonna see Kyrol with the green screen.
Yeah. Thank you, YB, for spending time with us. Yes, my hackathon should be continued. What I like most about my hackathon is the fact that the problem statements actually come from real problems from the government side. Instead of we ourselves, the startups, coming up with our own problems that we assume, this actually come from the government, either from the agency or from the rakyat. So that is what I like most, and I believe my hackathon should be continued in the future.
Yeah, thanks, Carol. We had a long discussion when we started this. Rafiza will remember. I insisted that she go to all the ministries and get the problem statement, because kalau in general, we don't know what we're looking at, where the pain points are. So we really went down, and congratulations to Rafiza and our friends from Mampu and Magic, because to me, innovation has to solve problems, and we have to identify those problems first, where the bottlenecks are, where the pain points are. And I think they curated a good set of problem statements to help you guys start innovation to solve that. Maybe we can. Sorry, guys. The ones with their hands up now, I think everyone was quite happy with the experience. But maybe you can also tell me, sekarang dah dapat jadi pemenang marathon. Where do you see yourself taking this your idea? We're providing some funding. I think Rafiza and Cradle have tried to connect you with some investors. Some of you have been referred to the NTIS, which is our Technology and Innovation Sandbox. But where do you see yourself and your idea in the next 12 months?
Okay, Jenna and Fang, you guys had your hand up very early.
Thank you, YB. Great question. And we are from Fort Ninja. We're a cybersecurity company that happened to win the My Digital Identity segment. And one of the things that we are excited to do over the next 12 months is to integrate with JPN, JPJ, and LHDN, because that's what the survey we did with the rakyat indicated. But I think I'd like to get your experience and leveraging on your influence. Which government agencies do you see we can get a good, strong win for the rakyat? And is there any other agency that we have not considered?
I think you've nailed the agencies right, because one of my, it's not directly under me, but the initiative that I've been pushing hard is the digital ID. So you're talking about JPN, National Registration Department. You're talking about JPJ. You're talking about Bank Negara. You're talking about LHDN. You imagine with the digital ID, eKYC can be done so.
The winners. How can then we integrate ourselves before this open data ecosystem is finalized? Is it possible for us to explore how we can get to the NTIS so that we can be able to talk to multiple ministries at the same time? YB?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. While waiting for this more open data government to come on stream, which I'm pushing for, but I don't know I can't give you a timeline right now. I think it's worthwhile exploring this through the NTIS. I think Magic is on this call right now. If not, I'll get Rafiza. Magic is part of the hackathon anyway. Try and get you guys in the sandbox. One of the good things about the sandbox, of course, is that it opens up the regulatory environment a lot more for you guys to play around with the data that we have. We'll take it through the sandbox for now. let me see if I can assist in bringing down some of the regulatory hurdles that you face. We've had some good experience, for instance, with drone tech through the sandbox. We've been working together with Civil Aviation Malaysia to reduce some of the regulations so that we can test, we can pilot certain zones as drone zones. So we've got a zone down in Iskandar Putri, we've got one in Felda Mumpaga. So we can do that for other sectors as well, agriculture, health. Health is a bit of a tough one because the confidentiality of the records and things like that. But I mean, I'm sure there's a way around this with anonymized records. So I mean, there's always a way around it, I believe. Billy, you have your the virtual hand up.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, YB. It's been a great honor to have a session to meet with you. Yes, so to move forward, what we are actually doing is actually to supercharge the economy, and our goal is actually to bring it forward and move it further by becoming a digital one-stop center where we can link the government services to digital entrepreneurs. So hence, under YB's leadership, we really hope that you could grant us the opportunity to work closely with MOSTI as a strategic partner to drive the digital transformation across all the government ministries and agencies for an end-to-end solution. Reason is because we think the SME market is actually the backbone of the economy. So if we're able to supercharge this portion of it, to make businesses move up from sole prop to Sendirian Berhad faster, to get foreign investors to set up Sendirian Berhad in Malaysia much faster, I think that itself will drive the economy, and it goes a long way.
Yeah, I think for you, the key agency to work with will be SSM. You know, to try to incorporate companies, register, change status. This is a crucial part of reducing the cost of doing business. I think whether it's foreign investors or people starting a business in Malaysia, it should be as pain-free as possible, and there should be a off-the-shelf solution that they can use that can even be white-labeled a government solution or an SSM solution. So I'm excited to see what you're doing, and hopefully you can take it through the sandbox. Really, well done. Yeah, Penang O20, Rizal.
Yes, thank you very much, YB. Okay, my project is actually with MOSTI itself, so it's great to get to interface with YB Khairy and as well as YB Haji Ahmad. What we are, I think during the pandemic, you see a lot of these initiatives like Pusat Sains Negara Planetarium are closed down. So what we are proposing is something unique where we would enable government agencies to actually growth hack the initiatives through the social media, through the virtual world with analytics. So, okay, one thing I would like to suggest is, of course, this won't happen with me because I'm dealing with MOSTI, but some of the winners here might be trying to be, wanting help trying to reach the respective government agencies. I remember back in Pemandu, we had they had a session where you can actually, if you're in trouble, you can actually have that session so that something can be remedied. So that it doesn't fail at the end of the day. So if we could have some mechanisms in place so that to ensure that at least we give each and every one of these winners a chance to smoothen, at least to get a proper buy-in with the other agencies and a multitude of ministries and things like that. I think that would help a lot because that is mainly our biggest challenge is. But I'm glad I'm under MOSTI lah. So okay, then, thank you.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Riza. Look forward to your solution. We're looking at that for maybe Pusat Sains Negara to roll it out there. Yeah, congratulations.
Chief, I just stop you there because we've got 10 minutes left. I just want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to ask the question. Gokula, you will ask the next question.
We've got a bit of time, don't worry.
Yeah, we've got time? Okay, great.
Yeah. We've got time, right, guys? We've got time? Yeah, okay. Khairul, Penang.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, YB. Thank you, MOSTI, bagi kami give it our chance to expose our ideas. Actually, we are making platform using AI and VR for skill learning. So we are working with IKM now for this purpose. So we are as this pandemic happen, we see that lot of school times lost. So we hope that actually these skills can help the STEM vision. So I'm looking forward if Musti can help us to inter-agency to the Minister of Education for this purpose.
Yeah, we can also talk to Kementerian Sumber Manusia and KPT also for your project.
We are looking for SKM.
Yes, sure. Okay, daripada Johor Bahru, Cik Wan, is it?
Terima kasih YB, saya dari Anak Tuyu. So actually apa yang kita buat adalah kita cuba memudahkan kerja guru. So kita try to digitize all the reports that they do. So we are already on NTIS. Again, the question is about data lah. Kalau kita boleh tahu macam mana, who should we approach so that from our system, the data is seamless going into MOE and JKM for TASCA. And then soalan saya yang kedua ialah berkaitan dengan skill-based training. So especially in creating tech talent in phase pass subject, especially coding and programming. How do you think a startup like us can help in growing future talents without deviating from MQA? So in Malaysia Grand Challenge, I saw that one of the challenge is micro-credential. So what is your personal expectation, micro-credential in grooming tech talent?
In, sorry, what talent?
Micro-credential in grooming tech talent.
Oh, okay, in grooming tech talent. To me, micro-credentials at the moment, yalah, kalau kita nak ambil jalan conventional, has to go through MQA and all that kind of stuff. I have to maybe start talking to MQA to see whether or not we can have a green lane for some of these micro-credentials. Jadi dia lebih cepat untuk sampai ke tahap yang dapat diberi recognition. I think that's the challenge that we have to get quick recognition for locally developed micro-credentials. That's a good point. I'll take that up. Maybe we can, since you're already in the sandbox, we can get your ideas from there. But at the moment, I think the regulatory environment that we have is not suitable for quick development of micro-credentials. So I think that's a good point that you've raised and something that we need to look at, and then we'll take it up through the sandbox. Thanks, Wan. I'm going to give people who have not yet spoken a chance first. So Lisa, yeah.
Hi, good afternoon, YB. I'm Lisa from Kota Kinabalu. So I just wanted to ask for your opinion. So we know that the Malaysia economy is greatly affected due to the COVID-19. So do you see that halal market can help boost the Malaysia economy post-COVID-19? What are your thoughts?
I think the halal market is extremely important pre or post-COVID because if you talk about food, people have to eat. If you talk about medicine, people have to take medicine. If you talk about cosmetics, people have to use cosmetics still pre or post-COVID. So I think the premium that comes from halal and from Malaysia being positioned as a halal hub and destination will be very important. But I think it's choosing the niche areas for halal that will be important. So for instance, under the 10 by 10 STIE framework, we identified as one of the 30 niche areas halal superfoods as a value add area. So we don't go for the lower value add food that you get from some of the other manufacturers, but you look at the higher end food. And now the food market, very discerning. So I think if you look at premium halal foods and position Malaysia as a manufacturing destination would be an area which I would seriously look at. So as part of the grand challenges, we are opening up grants for research and commercialization into halal premium food. So, hopefully you can participate in that as well. Okay. Hida is very aggressively passive-aggressive, showing her hand. So I'm going to give it to her. Kuching.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Assalamualaikum YB. Saya founder Borang. Actually, kalau ikutkan kita ada satu-satunya pemenang MyHackathon yang main customer ni adalah agensi kerajaan lah. Mostly kalau tengok dekat semua sistem dekat kerajaan ni custom build. Actually Borang ni kita nak memudahkan sistem kerajaan dia senang bangunkan, lepas tu just drag and drop, lepas tu tanpa nak perlukan coding lah. Sekarang ni dah banyak 25 agensi yang dah gunakan borang lah. Soalan saya, bagaimana kami boleh reach out dekat agensi yang lain secara meluas so that diorang boleh benefit penjimatan yang besar lah bila gunakan borang. Mungkin kita boleh start daripada agensi bawah Musti dulu ke?
You can start with us, tapi mungkin Hidayati nak list down the agencies which you feel are relevant for this. Then we can, again, saya selalu merujuk balik kepada sandbox, but that's really the best mechanism that we have sebab semua kementerian terlibat. So maybe you list down the agencies that you want to work with, and we will try to make that happen for you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Abi.
Okay, Saudara Ruzimi.
Ya, saya YB.
Ya.
Okay, Assalamualaikum dan terima kasih sudah memilih saya. Okay, YB. Macam ni YB. Di kala pandemik COVID-19 ni, kita lihat sistem pendidikan kita boleh dikatakan agak lumpuh jugalah. Macam-macam cadangan diberikan. Cuma saya kurang melihat adanya cadangan-cadangan yang berbaikan yang baik daripada pihak kerajaan sendiri untuk menangani isu pendidikan khas.
Ya.
Especially untuk yang macam projek yang kita handle sekarang ni untuk deaf community, untuk pelajar-pelajar OKU Pekat. Jadi pada pandangan YB sebab kita sekarang tengah develop content untuk pembelajaran OKU Pekat which is menggunakan teknologi augmented reality. Pada pandangan YB, adakah kita orang kata mesti boleh bantu kita untuk channelkan kepada lebih banyak lagi pihak-pihak yang berkaitan dengan pihak Kementerian Pendidikan?
Ya, so Dr. Ruzmi, saya ada your solution, Iskandar.
Yes,
I think it's very interesting. So let me help you with that. We can. You want dah buat pilot di Johor dah dengan pendidikan Islam? Ke belum lagi?
Okay, so far untuk pendidikan Islam kita belum lagi, tapi sebelum ni kita dah buat untuk asas komunikasi belajar bahasa Islam Malaysia.
Okay, I like your idea. Let me see how we can support you with Kementerian Pendidikan. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, YB.
Okay, Chief. Gokula is going to ask a question. He's about to cry, and I don't want to see a grown man cry on our screen.
Sorry.
So can he please ask the question?
Yes.
Yeah, Good afternoon, YB. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. My name is Gokula, founder of Worko. So we specialize in building tech around digitizing payments for social aid, giving visibility and control to the agency and government. So since winning the MyHackathon, you've given us an opportunity to go out and start building this ready to be validated with JKM. But while we wait for this opportunity to come up with the JKM, and given that the MCO is happening, is there any way that now that we've already built something that we can try out that we can actually extend it to even Mosti or even yourself to trial this out to start distributing digital aid to the poor?
Yeah, so I was about to suggest while we wait for broader syndication with agencies, what we can do, for instance, is why don't you work with me in my area in Rembang? Let's test your solution there. I can get, because I'm launching this digital initiative in my area, and I see that with your platform we can run the aid program and then track who receives benefits and things like that. Let's work together in my kawasan and get you connected with my guys. Yeah.
All right. So do we reach out to Cradle on this or?
Yeah, I'll get my guys to get in touch with you by Cradle. Get my guys, yeah. Okay.
Thank you, YB. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, we're gonna go to Kuala Terengganu, Afifah. Nanti di malam menteri marah pula ada orang Terengganu saya tak panggil.
Okay, Assalamualaikum YB. Saya Afifah daripada tim Bukuping. So kita buat solution untuk antenatal dengan pediatrik. Firstly saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada YB, Mosti, Cradle dan juga organizer sebab mengadakan program MyHackathon ni. Saya ada satu soalan on behalf of other entrepreneurs di luar sana. Adakah MyHackathon akan kembali untuk kali kedua di Malaysia?
I want to do it, but satu penanda aras yang penting is that you all get somewhere. If I say MyHackathon 2 will be organized at the end of this year, whatever it is, tapi orang nanti kata tak payahlah sebab menang pun tak ada apa-apa follow up. That's the worst thing that can come out of this hackathon. So I told Rafiza, I said, you know, maybe not all of you will get 100% where you want to go, but we want to assist as many as possible. Sebab saya tengoklah antara komen-komen cynical kata buat hackathon tapi akhirnya beli juga apa solution daripada luar negara, whatever. That's something that we want to avoid. So I think your success after this is not the end, this is just the beginning, going to be very important on whether or not we do a hackathon to the future. Sebagai contoh, saya ambil Afifah punya solution, which is buku pink. How can buku pink integrate with whatever it is that electronic patient records yang sedang dibangunkan oleh Kementerian Kesihatan, the interoperability, you know, because that's going to be important. Saya tahu kementerian-kementerian ni dia banyak perolehan sistem-sistem yang besar-besar, but it's the interoperability with applications that are designed by innovators like you. That's the most important thing. It's not just the data, the API that you build, but katalah ramai yang suddenly nampak buku pink is very useful, very user-friendly. So can that sync with the prenatal records in the hospital dengan mudah? So maybe Afifah boleh komen sikit, how are you thinking about integrating dengan government hospital punya record keeping?
Okay, berdasarkan kita punya meeting bersama dengan MOH hari itu, one of the concern is whether our system can help to centralize system bila pergi ke klinik kesihatan dan juga ke hospital or even to private hospital itself. So this is our aim, sebab when we enter MyHackathon, we want to understand the problem coming from the MOH itself. So bila kita dah dapat more input, then for us, we can actually design the product essentially to fit the market. So from our side, we're actually looking forward actually to help to smoothen the process, but not to disrupt. So kita akan tolong memudahkan proses mana yang ada, especially ketika COVID ni, kita nak mengurangkan chance jangkitan COVID. So we look forward actually buku pink actually to be in the klinik kesihatan dan juga hospital kerajaan.
Okay, good luck. Daripada Kuching 0031 first.
Hi, good afternoon, Bagi. I'm Philip Lu. Solving food security through urban farming. So in order to move the urban farming forward and faster, we encounter some issues that when doing installation of structures and greenhouses, it will involve authority approval from the local authority. So is there any way of green lane or leeways that we can have so that we can smoothen and speed up the speed of these installations?
Yeah, so one complication, of course, with local government is that it's all over the place, and we don't control it at the federal level. But maybe we can work together with you and identify what are the actual permits and obstacles that you face, and have a central guideline under KPKT that can be shared with all the PBT. So it's easy. We can start with, for instance, Majlis Bandaraya Kuching. And then get your experience there, and then move it and then replicate it around the country. That's yes.
Yeah, in fact, we have a project in KL, for example. The client, the fund is ready, but then DBKL is not open, and we cannot submit all those documentations, and therefore the project is being stopped.
Okay, that's where we come in. We come in to help you with the regulatory stuff there. So, Cradle will get you in touch with the sandbox, and we can help there. What in particular DBKL tak lagi buat?
Tak buka ke MCO.
Oh, tak buka sebab MCO. Okay, we'll try and get around that. Okay.
Next time we get DBKL to be the agency problem statement.
Yes. Kuching 009. Kuching 9.
Afternoon, YB. My name is Marcus. Okay, here I have one question regarding. I wish to see your opinion regarding oligopoly and this monopoly policy. For us, we are doing the rock hall, as you know. So, but this solution we can actually expand it to many features in future. But for this if we have this oligopoly policy, meaning to say we will have a lot of competitor fighting about the pricing and so on. So we will not be able to gain profit and then to continue to develop our product into a more comprehensive platform. But if we do, if we will talk about this monopoly, maybe the public will make noise about this about it. So I wish to see your opinion about this.
Well, I mean that's the tough part about tech, isn't it? It's open competition, difficult to scale up because nobody really gets a monopoly unless you become a big tech company, and by your business model you are able to crowd everyone else out. But what we can do is again taking through the hackathon, taking it through the sandbox. I wouldn't say that it gives you a monopoly or oligopoly, but it certainly gives you preferential access to government departments. It gives you a green lane through regulatory. So it gives you a first mover advantage. I mean, as a technology minister, I certainly wouldn't want to encourage a monopoly by design because that actually hurts competition, which is good. So I think what we can do is, after we've curated the technology and the project, we like it, we can fund you, we can create ecosystem, we can give some preferential access. But I think the competition, the competitiveness needs to be there for a healthy ecosystem.
Yeah, thank you, YB.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to cover just whoever has not spoken yet, because I can see that there are repeat speakers. I'll come to you, but saya nak selesaikan yang belum cakap lagi. Daripada KK 17.
Hey, hi, good afternoon, YB. Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is KK from Elancha, the marketplace for skills for HRDF. Many people have lost their jobs during the pandemic, and we want to give millions of Malaysians access to trainings from Oxford, Cambridge, and Ivy League. For example, technology skills, AI, and many more. We would love to expand this to the nation, and I want to check with you, your opinion. What's the best way to give this training to everyone across the nation? And do you see Malaysia as a government in the future as more of a startup mindset?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we have to run government almost like a startup even. I've seen your proposal under HRDF. I'll get HRDF to get in touch with you to see how you can do it. You say that you are giving access to all these online courses, all these micro-credentials. Are you aggregating it, or what is your value add here?
We make it easy for the whole nation to find all the trainings from the top universities in the world, and also provide the trainings from our trainers across the nation. So we help reduce the bottleneck, the time taken to apply for trainings, and make the whole trainings much accessible to everyone.
Okay.
So we hope we can cooperate, with the technology ministry to really give this education and training to the entire nation, or even the government.
Okay, thank you. Kuala Terengganu ada 19. Yeah.
Hi YB, this is AK from Ana Apps. We are also building the electronic pin books, basically the electronic health record to store the vaccination and another data. So from what we know, Bank Negara actually have this ICTF interoperability credit transfer frameworks. So just now you highlighted a good point, which is the health system currently is very siloed, so we don't speak to each other. But for us to make this happen, I think there should be a framework coming from the MOH or from the central governments that has a centralized interoperability protocol that can allow us to talk to each other. What do you think about this, YB?
I agree with you 100%. It's just getting that going. I mean, one thing about my ministry is that it's cross-cutting, but I come across other ministries and their bureaucracy. It's sometimes a bit difficult. And I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing with you some of the challenges that we face. But I think for electronic records, especially medical records, I think interoperability is the key word there, because you can't possibly build a massive system. It's going to cost too much. But if you have interoperability, then and you decentralize it, then different hospitals, different clinics, different areas, different states, they can have their own system, but it talks to each other in a seamless manner. That's really what we need. And we can get there quicker. We can get to full electronic medical records quicker if we do that, decentralize it. That's what I feel. Okay, now we can take up some of the repeat guys. There's Khairul, there's Billy, there's Rashidi, there's Matthew. Yeah.
All right. YB. So I'm from Pandai, and Pandai is an education app. So we started 12 months ago, but by now, because of the situation, more than 100,000 students are already using Pandai lah. Wow. And thank you for mentioning Cinta in your speech just now. It's a new module for teachers. So apparently in this group, there are like 5 or 6 of us who are tackling education using technology in one way or another. So it's a huge issue now. So just wondering whether Mosti have any collaboration or involved at all to address the issues surrounding school education currently during MCO, especially using technology or innovation?
No, at the moment it's all out of KPM, and we're of course ready to help. We've been using our resources have been spread thin in other areas, but I'm happy to support the solutions that have come out of the hackathon through KPM. We've not actually sat down with KPM to have a strategic think about what's happening there. But I think the problem has become more acute as MCO has been extended, because my greatest fear is that we have this lost generation of kids who for 2 years have not been able to go to school. And that's a huge gap in their education life. Yang berada ni tak ada masalah lah, sebab mereka ada connectivity and things like that. They have private education, international school, whatever it is. Even some of the sekolah kebangsaan di kawasan bandar more well equipped. But my concern is of course those who have less fortunate. So I'm happy to take the solutions under MyHackathon for education and talk to MOE to see how we can assist them. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Hi, YB.
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for the second chance to ask the question. I'll keep it short. YB. So it's right to mention that we should be working together with SSM regarding the digitization process to make it seamless. But one of the industry issue here is the traditional approach in terms of the compliance method, such as eKYC and also digital signature, which is not largely accepted yet. So I'd like your opinion, YB, on this issue, on how we can actually drive this and move forward.
Some of it is regulatory, some of it is legislation, I believe. So we have to look at it holistically and look at this in the context of rolling out the digital ID, so that things are more seamless. Even I've told my office, I said, why are you coming to see me and asking me to sign things physically? This is already so obsolete. So I think we should start in government and try to adapt away from or transform away from this. Yeah. Thank you, Billy.
Hi, YB. Good afternoon.
Yes, Matthew.
Hi. Yeah. As we come from Agri Data, so we're an agri-tech company. So Malaysia, agriculture is a very huge part of the economic sector that runs Malaysia. So, but a lot of the people that benefit in this agricultural sector is more on big farmers. So that's why we want to initiate to gather small farmers together with Pharma or KPD or any government sectors. So what is your plans? What are the plans on the digitizing agriculture sector in Malaysia?
It's a huge area, and I really want to work together with you. I have a family farm in Rembau, and if the supply chain is seamless, if there's a algorithm that can match demand and supply, that can guide farmers in terms of pricing, that can predict the price in a 12-month or 18-month cycle, so that you know what to tanam when. You're a young farmer. It will increase the yield for and also the profits, pendapatan for our farmers. Right now, they are reliant on whatever demand that they can get from their LPP, Lembaga Pertubuhan Peladang, or whatever buyer that they have, and they can't plan the planting in a much more accurate manner. So I'm happy to work together with you. We can take this. I'm part of the Food Security Cabinet Committee, and we can introduce your solution to Ministry of Agriculture and Food Industries, MAFI, as a solution that can assist young farmers. I'm very interested in this area, actually.
Yeah, thank you, YB. Yeah, that's what we are aiming to link, and also for it's good that you're in the food security, because then we can trace when there's any infected goods, then we can trace it from which farm it comes from. Thank you, YB.
We can trace it. We can also try to regulate the pricing so that we know that there's enough supply locally. We don't have to get it from Vietnam or Thailand, whatever it is, to smoothen out the pricing cycle and then to make it more predictable for local farmers. Yeah.
Yes. This is why we want the impact on the farmers in Malaysia. Yeah, and change their life. Yeah. Thank you, YB.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Siapa lagi tadi? Ada lagi? Ya, Rashidi.
YB, this is something that I've been meaning to ask you. This is something to do with government digitalization project, specific IT projects. So I believe, through my experience with government project, I think the root cause is to do with the way we finance those IT projects itself. Because the current financing model doesn't really cultivate growth, as compared to the opposing side, like the private sector. We start with MVP and then we grow over time through constant feedback and so on. Right? And then we embrace fail fast mechanism. So my question to you, what do you think about, is this something that can be changed in the government, probably through MOSTI? I know it's a long shot because it's involved MOF, but is it something that, what do you think, YB?
Yeah, we've been constantly engaging MOF to make procurement for tech better. So we've started by, telling them to prioritize local solutions first. But if you have any specific suggestions, for instance, continuous feedback, growing the local vendors who have been identified, then I'm happy to take that to MOF. Just give me your ideas. Okay. Yeah, they're quite open.
Right. Thank you, YB.
Yeah. Anything else? Kalau tidak ada, okay, daripada Penang.
Okay, just based on that, I think through in the US, the grants that has been given out, basically it is followed through by a procurement program by either their Ministry of Defense ataupun, so that ensures that the initial adaptability is tuned to the level before it escalates. I think I was from Cradle, so we still do not haven't solved this bit of ensuring there's adoption. But this MyHackathon is brilliant. This is one of the avenue, but there should be actually at least a proof of concept program out there that ensures adoption of new innovative technologies locally homegrown.
Yeah, I hate to sound like a broken record, but the continuum is exactly that. I mean, we imagine that it comes through the hackathon, then we put you guys into the NTIS. I've asked so that solutions that go into NTIS have a procurement endpoint outcome. So, for instance, we have robotic companies in NTIS who are developing all sorts of robots for sanitization, for deliveries and things like that. And the end point from that is obviously trying to get MOH or trying to get the local governments to buy these locally made robots so that you have your MVP or POC or commercialization and of course your contracts at the end of the day. I can't promise 100% that we will procure 100% of the services that come through the sandbox, but that is what we will try to do. Whatever comes through the National Technology Sandbox will eventually be procured by the government first. As you know, government is the biggest consumer. And then once the government buys it, then you have more money to develop your products for consumer applications. So that's what we're trying to do here.
I think on behalf of the entire winners, we'd also like to send our appreciation to Rafiza and her team at Cradle. It's been a fantastic journey. I think it's something we didn't expect. We came in with trepidation, but I think with your leadership and spearheadedness and mostly on this YB, I think we look forward and we have faith that the commitment that we've put into this and all our heart and soul and ideas can be translated with a direct output at the end of the year, and look forward to working with all the collaborators over here. Thank you.
Yeah, one good thing that we, I don't know whether by design or by coincidence, that Cradle did this, because this is not really Cradle's core task to run a hackathon, but it's actually worked out because it's given them access to to startup companies and to innovators like you guys. And more importantly, it's matched that with the financing mandate that Cradle has. We tried to make the ecosystem under MOSTI, Magic, Cradle, MTDC, MathCap, MDV as seamless as possible. So wherever you are on the commercialization spectrum, whether you need a grant, whether you need equity financing, whether you need debt, we can try and service you as best as possible. So we try to have as seamless a spectrum of funding ecosystem as possible, not just funding, but also facilitation. So I'm happy that you guys had a good experience at the hackathon. I'm going to wrap things up right now, and I hope that we can keep in touch. I hope that many of you who have asked for certain assistance can get it through Cradle, can get it through the sandbox or directly through MOSTI. And Rafiza, I would suggest that we have another check-in in maybe 6 months. You guys can have a check-in with Cradle on a more regular basis, but you can check in with me again in 6 months, and I want to see where you guys are in terms of the milestone, and if I have to intervene to assist any of you in pushing through with your project. So once again, thank you very much. Good luck. And stay safe. Terima kasih semua. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, YB. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Well done, winners. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Fariza.
Thank you, Rafiza.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you, Ben. You were awesome.
It's a
Thank you,
team.
Ben.
Azman, Eliza, all, they've done a fantastic
Thank you,
job.
Jasmine. Thank you, Rafiza.
Yeah.
Thank you semua.
Thank you semua.
They're the one who's working hard and you
Deliver,
guys.
jangan kasih malu.
Jangan kasih malu. Let's go.
If you kata, if there's going to be MyHackathon 2021, is the success of project deployment. So, not to pressure you guys, but
we have to make it happen.
Yes.
Good.
Okay, excellent. It's been wonderful. Look forward to meet you guys again. Yeah, thank you everyone. Like what they say. Thank you, Azman. Thank you, Eliza.
Thank you, everyone.
Team Cradle. Thank you.
Well done. Good job.
Ben.
Thank you semua.
Bye, Ben.
Bye.
That's it, right? We can leave.
Boleh kot.
I think we're supposed to have
A debrief, right?
Photo op. Okay.
Yeah, photo.
Yes.
Alright.
Foto.
Ben tengah wrap up kot. Ben tengah wrap up yang live punya kot.
Betul. Tapi but I'm surprised KJ stayed longer than he was supposed to, man. Almost an hour.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sekejap. Apa kita live lagi tau kat Facebook?
Right now?
Kita live lagi kat Facebook.
We still live.